Scuffed Simpsons. Blah, 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 blah. Don't copy strike me. Please.
Can you beat Titanfall 2 without entering a Titan?
Can you beat Punch-Out for the Wii using only one punch per fight?
You've seen challenges where half the title is taken out of a video game, but get ready because I'm taking the hit and run.
Boring. Can you beat Dark Souls with just your fists?
Hey, don't change the channel. I'm talking now. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm taking the hit and run at a Simpsons hit and run. You probably know how to read titles. Anyways, rules. 1, both punching and sprinting are not allowed. And 2, I should probably explain my definition of a car hit. I'm not allowed to bash into anything on purpose, so boxes, glass shortcuts, and bashing missions are all off limits. However, accidentally running over a tree or a car is fine because I kinda wanna upload this video sometime this year. Oh yeah, and the one exception to that rule is pedestrians because, come on, that's where a majority of the comedy comes from. What can I say? I just love the sounds of man's laughter. Oops, sorry, slight mispronunciation, I meant manslaughter. The game, of course, starts off with some uncanny cannibalism. Why? Because, well, it can, and after talking to our wife, we were finally free. Oh, no, we didn't get divorced. I mean, we're in the open now. My task is to quickly get to Quickie Mart and to buy some ice cream and soda. I scream, you scream, we all... Okay, it's mostly you guys screaming for ice cream. We got all the food we needed, and I found that I actually need to pay to remove my clothes. I've always known I'm not a 10 or anything, but you're telling me people will pay me to keep my clothes on? I got out of Quickie Mart a little more depressed now and found a bus had continuously bumper scraped me. Well, I guess this isn't the first time I've been involved in some school faculty ramming, if you know what I mean. God, my ass still hurts. Anyways, back to Marge, and apparently Lisa forgot her science project. Now I need to race Skinner all the way to the school.
Cake.
No, not cake. Human digestive system, Homer. Very different. Here I found the real meat to this run, as I quickly realized that I'm not allowed to break any laws. Well, except for property damage and murder, but we don't talk about that. Anyways, I gave Lisa her model, and then on my way home, I found that I could take other people's cars. Well, technically, this guy was driving me. Look, you can see his little balding head. This process may have involved some, you know, human sacrifices, because that is the face of a man who has lost something core and invaluable for living. Anyways, after doing a little dance in front of the husk of a man, I had to talk to my wife. She told us that our neighbor Ned is all sorts of worried because his stuff just keeps on disappearing into my pockets, so we had to find it all and return it to him. Thankfully, I had my buddy chauffeur, so I didn't have to do any cardio. Get it? Like car? Why do I carry on? This was all pretty easy, and my dead inside buddy made his own friend. Granted, they rear-ended us, but I don't think he cares about that. Or anything anymore.
Gotta return this stuff before the cops find me sitting around talking to myself.
Mondays, am I right? God, you are so right. That is so funny. Thank you, or rather thank me, so kind. I returned all of Ned's stuff, and after that, I went on a quest to become naked. I tried looking for money in the backyard, but everything I did there either broke or caught on fire. Good thing I haven't been doing the wife back here. Or anywhere anymore.
Do I like this?
Is that a genuine question, Krusty? Are you discovering yourself sexually? Because I'm pretty sure Homer has the answer. So yeah, I spent a little while trying to earn some quick cash, and for some reason, I need to buy a new car. So because I'm a little short on money due to my, well, I just need more. I spent even more time roaming around where I encountered a lady hop into traffic. Relatable comedy is the best.
This is the school zone!
Yes, and I'm here to help. Now tell me, which bone did I just break? Honestly, because of my lack of punching, I was having a hard time with coins. If only I hadn't bought that stupid outfit. God, I've never regretted public indecency this much. Hey, little guy, what's up with you? Okay, see you later.
Silly mortal, thinking you can escape my grasp.
So I bought the car I needed, and my next mission was to bash into my boss's car over and over. Yeah, I freaked out, not because I could actually possibly kill someone, but rather the challenge. Knowing that this was close to impossible, I started to look up the speedrun to see if there was any fancy big strats, but all they did was skip the mission, which is lame. So hopping into it like a lady into traffic, I'm still not over it yet. Well, technically, I have been over her. Anyways, now you'd think that a truck that throws around more salt than a League of Legends player would be hard to drive, and you'd be completely right. But after getting it under control, I found that I could take out Smithers with 3 really good hits. But then, after a restart for more testing, this happened. He got stuck and took damage over and over. And a thought popped into my head, which is actually quite rare. Technically, it's not hitting if he drives into me. For this attempt, I had already hit him once or twice, so I restarted. I did get quite a bit lucky because his pathfinding kinda sucks. He drove into trees, walls, and children. There was quite a bit of resistance, but after one more tap in the back, he was finished. That sentence also applies to my school faculty ramming. Being serious, I know that this strategy smells of more bullcrap than, well, a bull farm, but under the circumstances, it's the best that I can do. On my way to work, I found this huge tanker and was consequently expecting a huge explosion, but all it did was release a deadly toxin into the atmosphere. You know, I think Homer is the first person to ever twerk and hurt thousands of people at the same time. Oh, wait. No, never mind. If we're counting ear damage, then Cardi B has him down beat. Now behold, Homer at his job, completely naked next to this radioactive material leads to the next superhero. Look, I think I can see him grow. Nope, that's just his stomach bloating. So we were told that Homer wants to sleep, but he doesn't like that this turned on camera is watching him. You could replace me with Homer and that camera with my uncle. Help. We need to take out all of these generators and it's timed. Your first thought may be that I'm screwed because I can't run, and no, it's not that. I'm screwed for another reason. See, Homer has to kick them all down, which technically isn't a hit, but I'll still count it. Usually it takes 18, but luckily with the butt stomp technique, I got it down to 9. After a long day naked at the power plant, Homer came home wanting to relax and decided to put on some clothes to watch TV. We learned that Marge has a thing for people with schizophrenia.
You're so sexy when you're paranoid.
And we had to follow a van which we think was following us.
Sweet!
I'm getting stalked in the privacy of my own home? Sweet! Like, come on, save that sort of privacy invasion for celebrities. We followed the van and oh boy, they drive recklessly, destroy public property, and even murder. Come on, those are my things. I would say that the van driver is the biggest Homer ripoff alive, but then again, Peter Griffin does exist. After the chasing, we learned that Mr. Burns is behind all the spying, yada yada yada. Marge then wanted us to destroy some violent video games through violence, and I started to get a little worried because it was Mr. Smithers all over again, but now on a timer. Luckily, my plan of parking right in front of a moving car worked perfectly. That's the first time anyone has ever said that sentence. So with our mission completed, those poor kiddos will never have to see violence in the homes ever again. Unless I decide to strangle them. We then had to beat Mr. Smithers again, but thankfully not in the beat way, but rather in the more beat in a race way. So yeah, the race was quite tricky, mostly because Smithers can use shortcuts that I can't, because again, glass. But luckily, I have a small strategy on my side called breaking the law, and some skulls. Yeah, just ignoring all of the roads gives you a pretty big advantage, so that's what I did. Now with that level complete, I was able to play as Bart. He wants to get a game while also avoiding the principal, but his car kind of blows up. Thankfully, I was able to temporarily possess somebody's body to give me theirs. Bart then learned that video games are for losers, and that stung. Not completely wrong, but even still, I have feelings. Anyways, we need to pick up some fireworks without running into any cops, which should be pretty easy. Oh my wamu, my shin, holy fuck, my accent is horrible. Now I know what you're thinking after all of these missions. Oh, wow, this is just a GTA clone except everyone is yellow and talks funny. But no, I'll have you know as a fine educator that this game came out before GTA. Chinatown. We had to collect a bunch of fireworks, but listen, kids, this is dangerous stuff, so I made sure an adult was present. Well, I'm not really sure if they really were present behind the eyes and all that stuff, but that's not what counts. Anyways, I then had to play as this guy, and what the hell happened to escapism? I played this game for the experience of a loving family, a family, to recapture my youth, and now I'm back where I started. This race was quite hard, the other guy is way faster than us, but luckily after many failed attempts, the AI just crapped itself and I was in the clear. Apparently, now I need to find a World War II radio, and that is somehow connected to me chasing this black van. Okay, I think my brain has officially broke. I'm not understanding a Simpsons plotline. The chase was easy. I watched what I think you'd call small-scale domestic terrorism, and we had to race. Again, that was easy. First try.
Right now I'm losing.
Bart, I know that your whole shtick is that your brain is a waste and in class you may not ace, but even a fetus knows that first place is best in a race. I then had to collect some roadkill, and my first thought was that it never said it had to be animal, but unfortunately human didn't cut it. Well, they did get cut, but you know what I mean. Then there's one more important step to whatever we were building or doing. We need to destroy any cars using their phones. Don't ask why, because I am also lost. So I went to my normal strategy of parking in front and waiting, which worked really well until I realized there are more cars and it's all timed. My strategy is slow as hell and actually takes positioning, a word that I can't spell, let alone actually do. So needless to say, I'm kinda screwed. Thankfully, after inhaling enough smoke, my third eye opened and I remembered I had this massive truck. So this, in combination with a healthy amount of luck, and I was in the clear. So annoying. Text and drive on someone else's turf. So yeah, Metal Mechanical Death Dinosaur goes on a rampage, it attacks me for help bringing it into this world, and I get abducted from one ship into another. Man, if I wasn't showing you this footage right now, you'd assume that I just inhaled too much smoke. Which I did. Now on a new level, as Lisa, we had to look for Bart. We of course first checked the nerd's place, cause let's be honest, I don't know what's more shocking, the fact that aliens actually exist, or that Bart wasn't kidnapped by this guy. But yeah, we looked through his store and... okay, when was this game released? Yeah, and... oh! Look, even the dead kid is surprised. You know, I'm so sick of all this my eyes are up here crap. Honestly, such a double standard. Do you think Lisa's making eye contact? Huh? We then had to do some racing for a comic, and thankfully, the shortcuts in this game are amazing. For wheelchair sales. Milhouse then told us that he knows where Bart is, but I think he knows a little bit more than he's letting on. Like, for example, the key to teleporting, that would be kinda useful. I followed him around, but he ended up being a complete dead end. Kinda like the dead end I pushed him off. We then tried to meet with a scientist, but apparently he doesn't know anything, so we had to meet up with someone who's just a teensy bit more knowledgeable, our senile old grandpa. Gramps, this isn't home, why are you here? Anyways, I need some of your expertise on whatever that may be. So between sputters of complete nonsense, I can see how we're related, we were told that we need to buy a school bus. Now all we need to do is find some quick cash.
Oh yeah, stretch the legs and the crotch.
Homer, no! I know finding coins is hard, but we won't resort to that. Plus, Lisa was so disturbed, she willingly walked to her death. A child died, I don't know why I'm laughing. To make a short story shorter, because I don't want to tell you the details, I found some cash and great, another bash mission. I'm of course gonna hit my rock bottom in a school bus. This is so stupid. So yeah, Bart is apparently in these cars, so we need to stop them and free him. I didn't mean like the death free, being serious, even though it's timed, the first car is pretty easy even with the normal strategy. The bus is surprisingly sturdy and can even take an explosion, which seems a little excessive. Why would a school bus need that? I keep on forgetting this game is set in America. Everything was all good until I realized there was a second car. Easy, right? Nope, I have less time now and I don't even know the route. Plus, I have to restart everything, every failure. Luckily, I was able to cut the second car off after way too many attempts, but then I was just barely cucked by luck. Now, determined to get beaten in a timely fashion, I hopped back in and just made it. Then I realized there was a third truck. Now you have to realize this was like an hour of attempts. I pull up, realize what's happening, and followed the car down. You won't believe it, but it got stuck and hit itself over and over while I blocked. I got so lucky. My masochism must be rubbing off on this game. That felt so good. I just had a realization. Does Lisa have a hairline, or does her hair just slowly morph into her skin? I just had another more important realization. I should probably sew my mouth shut. Anyways, I then met up with the guy that the Transformer movies were based on, and now to catch some criminals, cause why not? Oh, I'm on the clock, so I might as well take this shortcut. Sadly, that's where I have to end it. I know, you want to see me get tortured some more, but don't worry, because part 2 is gonna be so much harder. I will be taking a week break in order to prevent burnout and all that fun stuff, so the next video should be coming out in about 2 weeks. Thank you for being patient. This video took forever to make, so I'm extremely glad you watched it all the way to the end. That being said, it's about 12 o'clock while I record this, so I'm off to bed.